Alright, I'm going to try this a bit better and test without pretending there's any audience. I apologize for my shyness at this, but it's how I need to do it. I'm gonna try voice acting it. Okay. Okay. Friends, family, business associates, 'tis an honor and a pleasure to welcome one and all to Costa del Sol for today's feast, co-hosted by the Birigium Consortium, oh my god, and the East Alderan Trading Company. Okay, I'm gonna try to get pitches right in a moment. This is all for myself. Let's see. We trust that you've been enjoying fine food, fine spirits, and profitable conversations. The Lapis Maiden, if ever half the tales of her beauty are true, Vanes is the luckiest bastard in the realm. Yalto, Nolto, Sayana, honored guests, it's a great pleasure to announce the betrothal of my son, Vanes, future chair of the Brugir Constitutorum, to Abrella, daughter of Master Guru of the East Alderian Trading Company. The couple would exchange their eternal vows here today, that the happiness that is there may usher in a new era of prosperity for one and all. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present my son's lovely bride, the Lapis Maiden, whose beautiful minstrels will sing of ages to come. Damn you, Hildibrand Manderville, you've had one job. The detective was supposed to get a diversion, and he's now creating one. She's beautiful. Oh no. Were the rabble expecting otherwise? She is my bride after all. Oh no. Milady, they say your beauty transcends even the boundaries of time. When we are wed, you will want nothing for nothing. Pray give your hand unto me. My sun and stars! Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes! I am yours, and shall forevermore. What have you done with my bride, you cross-dressing deviant? Not quite what I had intended, but I suppose it serves our purposes. Fear not, ladies and gentlemen, for Miss Arabella is safe and sound. I, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector and extraordinaire, have but assumed the maiden's appearance to ensnare the vile fiend who would take aim at her life. The fiend who now lies defenselessly before me. The game is up, Vanes, or shall I call you by another name, the thief of many faces. Me? The thief? Are you mad? It appears that my masterful deductions have proven beyond the grasp of your mind. Very well, allow me to elucidate. Whereas there is not a soul in the realm who had not heard the tales of Miss Arabella's beauty, there are but 2 men here in Costa del Sol who had gazed upon her lovely visage before today, her father, Gurumuru, and her steward, Leuenhart. As you yourself admitted on multiple occasions, Master Vanes, you were to have your first glimpse of your bride-to-be today. Considered in this light, would you not say your reaction upon seeing my face was most unnatural? Who else could see through my ingenious disguise? Who could know at a glance that I was not the fair maiden? None save you, ye of 1,000 faces. And anyone else with half their wits about them. How dare you make a mockery of my wedding day? Guards, arrest that pervert at once. Lock him up in gaol and throw away the key. Arabella? Oh, thank the gods you're safe. Come with me quickly. There's a dangerous madman about. I feel I'll get better at this eventually. A glove on his right hand. Could it be? That was the first cutscene part where I left off of from last stream. The man is a fool, but it would have behooved you to listen to him. Alas, you did not, and what is yours is now mine. That's the thief! Stop wasting your time with that imbecile and arrest him! You came all this way for me? You love me? You really, really love me? The attention is most flattering, but I have taken for what I have come for, and now I must away, my lords, my ladies, till we meet again. And then the final part of that, or at least second. I hear that the real Vanes was found bound and gagged in a storage room. Truly, Miss Arabella, I am sorry. For what, milady? The banquet was more exciting than I ever could have hoped for. Vanes and his father were furious, of course, and our marriage has been called off. But perhaps it is for the best. I would find my own way to make father happy by living my life as I would live it. It is you, Inspector Hildibrand, who taught me this lesson. For the love of the gods, somebody find him a change of clothes. But one thing still puzzles me. The thief's challenge said it would steal the Lapis Maiden's virtue, yet in the end, he took only her neck piece. Now that you mention it, Master Gorgormu told me about the clasps when it first arrived. Engraved with the mark of the Sun Goddess, it is one of the most treasured pieces from the Burgur collection, known by many as Azema's Virtue. The Maiden's Virtue indeed. When the next challenge comes, we must take extra care to read between the lines. Over here, Inspector! It says, made you look... The fiend plays us for fools! Give that to me at once! When next we meet, I shall come to claim the victor's spoils. Another riddle. If nothing else, it appears the thief has abandoned any foolish notions of my assassination. Still, we must ever be on guard. The fiend attempted murder once, he may very well do so again. Verily, Inspector, I must agree. One can never be too wary when dealing with a murderer. Hear me, man of 1,000 faces. You've sealed your fate when you called me out by name. Mark my words, when next we meet, you will be mine. Yes, it was the Phantom Thief who was to blame for that bomb. Truly, verily, indubitably the Phantom Thief. Most certainly, ha 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 ha. And then it had its little scene epilogue at what's gonna come next. To the victor goes a priceless treasure, while the smile of a champion holds secrets untold. Are 8 legs better than 2? Can a Manorville man triumph over terror and win the day? This whole quest is a big funny joke. And serious, but a joke. The key to the next case is also the key to the storeroom. Be sure not to lose it. Wait, is it a real key and a figurative one at the same time? Is that even possible? I guess we'll find out next time. So, picking up, I have to go see what's gonna go on with that. But to give a little speak of my own thought, having never done any type of story like this before, it started off pretty as just a big investigation, a big, You got one smart, cunning, elf-like detective, that white-haired guy with glasses, and then you got the complete goofball of an inspector, Hildibrand, and they're sort of head-to-head with each other of who's the greatest of them all. Okay, so the quest's continuing is over there. But overall, I've liked the story for its humor and its cutscenes, and I wanted to start streaming at least this segment of it, so I'll try my best and just enjoy it. I've never done anything like it, but all good to myself. And we start with the cutscene. Yes, I'm a busy man. If you're looking for small talk, I suggest you look elsewhere. No need to be rude, Gallon. She's a friend of mine. Now, what say you share your latest findings with us? I promise I'll make it worth your while. Ellie? If it isn't the Mithril Eye Star Reporter, come to have a laugh at Gallion's expense before returning to pen your latest front-page feature, eh? Oh, very well. Just promise you'll put in a good word for me with the higher-ups, okay? Now let me tell you this. There's strange things afoot at the Colosseum. Bugger all, it's a triversity, I tell you! Hotch, Hewn, and Hainamo, what is the matter? And where, pray tell, is Hunchin? The four of you will compete for the cup together, yes? I fear that an unfortunate mishap had left Hutchin in no condition to fight. We were just on our way to convey the dire news to Dor Meadow. Mishap, my arse! This was sabotage! Some bloody coward out there will stop at nothing to eliminate his competition. I swear it on my subtler. Lower your voice, Hotch. My head stings enough without your bloody shouting. Hutchin? Should you not be resting your wounds? Oh, but forgive your incompetent and unworthy comrade. If I had been quicker with my Mantira, we would still be 4 men strong. Do not berate yourself so, Hamo. In victory and in defeat, the Mantravilles fight as one. You bear no more responsibility for my wounds than I. Any road, I dare say I'll not be getting back into fighting by arsing around in bed. I'm ready to chant some mantras. How about the lot of you? Hutchin, for you I'm always ready. Now that's what I like to hear. 1,000 mantras, and I want each one to ring out over the Sagoi. The Mantravilles? Aye, as Hutchin tells it, they took their name from a training partner they met at the Fist of Ragalarg, a man that they most admired for his devotion and chiseled physique. Consider me not the least bit interested. This talk of attacks on the competitioners, however, of this I would hear more. Ah, yes. I mentioned that strange things were afoot, yes? With mere days left before the Mithril Cup, a staggering number of would-be combatants have withdrawn, citing a host of curious ailments and injuries. With the list of entrants shrinking by the day, the organizers have been forced to abandon the elimination format in favor of a mass melee between what few battlers remain. The Phantom Thief's challenge, gladiators dropping like flies. No, this is no mere coincidence. I would speak to the individual in charge of the event. Where may I find him? Though the concern sponsors the Turi, the day-to-day organizational duties are being handled by a fellow by the name of Dor Meadow. He should be in his office within the Colosseum halls. I'll send word to the gateman. He owns the Mithril Eye a favor or two. Splendid! Come, Corvy, we've a case to crack. Oh. I guess we got to go speak with that guy. My pronunciations are horrible. From the Mithril Eye, you say? Then by all means you're free to enter. I am Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye, never blinking, all-seeing, you know the deal, yes? And you must be Dower Meadow. I was hoping I could ask you a few questions about the upcoming Tory. Who am I to argue with free publicity, and from a charming little thing like yourself? Ask away, me girl. That said, between the challenge from the so-called Phantom Thief and now these bizarre attacks targeting the fighters, our tourney's already the talk of the town. Not that you'd see me complaining, provided someone's still left to fight, that is. You're free to investigate as you wish, but you'd better be smart to exercise some caution. Needless to say, recent events have everyone here a bit on edge. Why, just moments ago, one fighter almost took off another's head for insulting the color of his Looks like we've got ourselves another, These two aren't in the entry books. And our challenger unleashes a vicious right hook on the gentleman inspector who was channeling his strength for his next attack. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner! Inspector Brighter as efficient as ever, I see. My pronunciation is really off today. A true gentleman. Excuse violence, Inspector. You were thinking. It annoyed me. Dower Meadow, I presume. Tell me everything you can about the prizes for this tourney, and try to be brief. Was wondering why, you might ask. Master Figris has spared no expense in making the Mithril Cup the most Lucocraft tourney this Colosseum's ever seen. The victor will receive a true treasure from his collection, the Warden's Grace, a ring fitted with the largest sun sapphire you find outside of Oquan. The second and third prize places are nothing to sneeze at neither, but I don't care how many faces he's got, we've nothing to fear from this thief. The concern has hired an elite regiment of stone torches to watch over the vault day and night. Yes, just as the brass blades were so successful in stopping the thief last time. If you want your treasure safe, go fetch them and bring them to me, and be quick about it. I haven't all day. Fear I can't do that, Inspector. After all, what proof do I have that you ain't the many faces in another of his elaborate get-ups? No, if you want to get your hands on the spoils, you'll have to claim them as any other would, in battle. As a matter of fact, what with the ranks thinned as they are, we're actively recruiting new competitors. The more the merrier, and the more lucrative at that. Now, where did our receptionist get off to? Over here, ye slime bugger. We've got some fresh blood for the melee. Give me a moment, will ya? I've only got 8 arms. Or were they legs? Uh-oh. Ya called? I was just about to give the lovely Miss Avelia the grand tour. The fuck? Inspector Hildibrand! Look! He's purple! Astute as ever, Nashu. This color, this overabundance of appendages. I smell a case. Ah, that's just my receptionist, Ultros. Don't be startled now. He's an ugly little bugger, but he's friendly enough. Word has he was one of many bizarre creatures born from a recent experiment with ancient incarnations at the Tharmarkters Guild. I'm not gonna say that word. They were going to seal him away in a hole in the desert with the others, when he opened his slobbering mouth and started pleading for his life. I just want to live in peace. I'll do anything, anything. So the management hired him to perform odd jobs at the Colosseum. And am I ever glad they did. I tell ya, this job ain't glamorous, but it sure has its perks. What a delicious morsel. I want to get my tentacles around her. I know not who you are, or where you hail from, and I do not care. If you dare challenge me, my Tempest Blade will show you no mercy. You can forget about your case, Inspector. There is only one who will claim the victor's spoil, and that is me. Oh, I just love it when she talks tough. Now, who's the chump who wanted to get a plummeling by my lovely little Avie? Of course. Though a gentleman takes far more pride in rescuing fair damsels than fighting them, I fear we have little recourse. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall do what must be done to... Corvia Zerlia will be entering the tournament on my behalf. Corvie, you do look like an Azurlia. Well, bugger me with a spear to think I'd see the day when a Wario Light stood in my Colosseum. Hear that clink clink clinkin'? That's the sound of gil pouring into our coffers when the public finds out that a true Erosin hero will be stepping into the ring to fight for the Mithril Cup. Oh, and I reckon ye friends can tag along too. Show 'em where to sign, oldie. Okay, this guy almost reminds me of a character of mine, Maruk, an arena master. With Corvie, I suppose we have as good a chance as any. Now we just need to make sure that she doesn't come down with some curious injury. That Gladiatrix? Avila, was it? It seems quite certain of her chances at victory. Suspiciously certain, I would say. Ha! I already 10 steps ahead of you, Inspector. That Ultros fellow seemed more knowledgeable about Miss Avila. Come, Nashu, the investigation is afoot. As much as that sounds like an amazingly productive line of investigation, might I suggest that our first priority is to keep Corvie here safe? Let us return to Ganelon and see what else he can tell us of these mysterious attacks on the combatants. Very well. I shall leave that task to you. I have lead of my own to investigate. Should you uncover any new information, I trust you will share it with me at first opportunity. Okay, so speak with Gainlawn at the front of the Colosseum. He is... The front of the Colosseum is below. Wait, no, he's at the... Yeah, the front, I thought so. Which means I'm going the wrong way, which is this way. And cutscene. Oh no. You again? I've already told you that. What? Entered the tourney, you say? Are you out of your bleeding mind? Look, I've got a suspicion or two, which I'm happy to share with you, but in the end, you have to protect yourself, you hear? So I've been asking around, and it seems that more than a few of the warriors who pulled out of the tourney were scheduled to fight a warrioress by the name of Avelia. Now, I can't make any promises, but my instincts tell me this girl is bad news, but I don't take it from me when you can hear it from someone who's crossed blades with her just days ago. Fellow by the name of Raging Rat had the misfortune of being matched up with Avelia in the preliminary round and earned himself a right bruising from it all. Last I heard, he was resting back up at the Pugilist Guild. Why don't you pay him a visit? Okay, so the Pugilist Guild, that's not far. Which is over there. Come to have a good laugh at old Raging Rat's expenses, have ye? Well, you're not the first. I say, is there not a man in this entire realm with an ounce of sympathy? Greetings, good sir. How fortunate you are today that your guest is Hildibrand Manderville, gentleman and inspector. Now, if you would, please enlighten me to how exactly it was that you were beaten to a bloody pulp by Miss Avila. Gentlemen, my arse, have ye not a widow delicacy? Never ye mind. Look, the record may say I lost, but I'll admit to nothing of the sort. I'll shout it at the top of my lungs if no one else will. The girl doesn't fight fair. Tempest Blade? Some kind of foul sorcery if ye ask me. Mark my words, that girl is up to no good. If she weren't so damned easy on the eyes, she'd be rotting in gal as we speak. The girl's Al Mikin, or haven't you heard? You know how it is with those refugees. Why fight with honor when you got nothing to lose? Yes, and why not disparage an entire people in a pathetic attempt to savage your sorry pride? This one's a real piece of work, Corby. Let's be on our way. I didn't mean no offense, miss. Just telling it like it is, as it were. Perhaps it's true in some many of sorcery, as the fellow says, or perhaps she works with an accomplice. She didn't strike me as the magic-wielding type. If I were a betting woman, I'd put my gill on the latter. Ah, Miss Ali, the thrill of the chase has struck a chord with you as well. Yes, I can see it in the wrinkles beneath your eyes. We might very well make an inspectress of you yet. I'll give you a good wrinkle, you insensitive boor. Ahem. If what the man says is true, it's likely that her fellow Almagarians might sympathize with her plight. An accomplice would hardly be out of the question. Yes, I can see it now. Two unfortunate souls shunned by those around them, united by destiny and a common desire for justice. Ample appendages, whirly-wildy, sending gusts of wind flying every which way, Avali and Yalti, a match made in the heavens. Were it any more obvious, I could have solved this case without leaving my home. Incredible! Your powers of deduction never fail to amaze, Inspector. What is it with you two and that infernal octopus? Infernal? Mr. Ultro should still be at the Colosseum. Let us hurry before he slithers back off to whence ever so he came. Like, what do I get myself involved with? Back to the Colosseum. Okay. Oh, it's gonna be a cutscene, of course. Shh, friends, and look over yonder. Behold those exquisite legs, those stylish tentacles, the unearthly undulations of his squirmy, squishy body. Yes, our friend Ulti is a most fascinating creature indeed. Looks like he's just pervy on women. Behold how he carefully eyes the gladiatrix before him. What manners of mischief is he plotting? He speaks! Yes, this is most suspicious indeed. Oh, what is this? The girl has fled in a panic. Our friend Ulti appears to be discouraged. Look at the way his shoulders sag. Or how they would sag if he had shoulders. Our quarry is on the move. Quickly, Nashu, we must pursue. In front of the Colosseum. Okay. Huh, that's a nice factor. Mr. Ulti seems to have found himself another gladiatrix. What might he be plotting this time? Look at those succulent legs. I'd reckon they'd taste just wonderful in a good marina sauce. Marina sauce. Ah, he speaks. And another girl rushes off. Whatever did he say to her? He looks so sad. Shall we douse him in lemon butter and put him out of his misery, Inspector? Whatever is he doing with these girls anyway? Call me crazy, but I think he likes them? What price victory? Contempting the implications of Ultros' behavior. Poor misunderstood Ulti. How here we suspected him of criminal activity, when in truth he was just a gentle soul, luckless in love. Oh, Ulti, can you find it in your squishy, slimy heart to forgive us? Yes, yes. Now, perhaps we should return to our investigation. If Avelia is as suspicious as they say, perhaps we should follow her around for a bit. Dower Meadow back at the Colosseum should be able to enlighten us as to her whereabouts. An excellent idea, Miss Ali, but I have a better one. Let us return to the Colosseum and speak with Dower Meadows. From him we shall ascertain Miss Avelia's whereabouts, upon which we shall follow her and to see if she is indeed as suspicious as they say. Come, Nashu, the investigation calls. Don't think Uncle Ulti didn't see you following me. What's the big idea, eh? I'm nothing more than a stupid octopus. Squeak. Or am I? Come on now, I just want what any octopus wants. A cute girl, untold riches, and the admiration of millions. Can't Uncle Ulti dream? Well, kids, hate to ink and run. Then again, I am an octopus. This is like breaking the fourth wall or something. Okay. Dower Meadow. Yes, what is it this time? I'm a busy man. Looking for Avelia, you say? She said something about sharing a flagon with her countrymen over at the Coffer and Coffin. I reckon you might still find her there. I'll warn ye, though, if you're smart, you'll keep your distance from that one. That poor bugger Ganian tried to interview her for an article. Thought the girl was gonna rip his head clean off. How can I put this? She doesn't seem to take kindly to being asked questions of a personal nature, if you catch my drift. That said, if you're looking for a good sparring match to warm ye up for the Turi, that might just be the ticket. I can assemble you with my no need for gratification, fistcuffs, my good sir. With my remarkable powers of episonage, we will ascertain all the information we need without the fury lass even being alerted to our presence. Let us be off. Okay, so the coffer... Oh. Go, twin arrow! Aw, here already. And a cutscene. Behold, the lovely Miss Avelia, just as predicted. Let us keep watch from here, so as to not set off the girl's famed temper. How many times must I tell you, there is no cause for concern. The spoils shall be mine. It may as well be writ in stone. Do you realize what this means? We have suffered, and suffered long, but my victory shall mark a new era, just as Rabuin Alidian won a new life for himself in the Colosseum. I shall win a new life for our people. The prize that I shall claim will bolster the wealth of our people 1,000, no, 10,000-fold. In a land where wealth is power, we will be kicked to the gutter by the Olduans no longer, and with that, I must be off to the narrower mines to meet my sister. Miss Avelia's self-assurance is ever a sight to behold. I deduce that my own chance of felling her on the field of battle are infinitesimal. Holy words. I could have told you that before you signed up. Come now, we have a suspect to pursue. Oh dear, creepy octopus is following. Trying to steal Avila from Uncle Alti Tentacles, are you? I'm afraid that isn't going to happen. Yes, Uncle Alti's homemade explosive will see that this is the end of the road for you. Does that make me a bad octopus? Ah, the distinctive smell of fire sand. Another one of your handcrafted explosives, I take it, Nashu? Heavens, no, Inspector! This is far too elaborate to be one of mine. Do you think whoever crafted this would be willing to give me a lesson? They're onto me. Preposterous! Could it be that Musclehead isn't as stupid as he looks? I see. In any event, I shudder to think of what might happen if an unsuspecting passerby chanced upon such a hazardous object. Allow me. Heave ho! You gotta be kidding me! Oh, it didn't actually show the scene proper. I would have liked that. So, speak with Hildibrand, who is way up there. One day, my dear dragon, you will fly. That maiden in mining garb must be the sister whom Miss Avelia spoke. Let us listen a bit closer. I thought we agreed. No hard labor until your leg is healed. I swear, sometimes I think you were born solely to give your poor sisters heartaches. Says the girl who once fought off 10 Imperials with one good arm. Perhaps someday you'll understand that your little sister can take care of herself just as well as you. Speaking of which, what news of the tourney? Worry not, Hildibrand. I have taken all the necessary precautions. The Warden's grace is as good as ours. Even the most modest estimates value its worth at some 30 million gil. Do you realize what this means? Necklaces from Estomix, sunsilk dresses, all the luxuries you've ever wanted will be yours. The poor little girls in shabby clothes, objects of pity and scorn for the Alduin upper's crust, those days are over. After I claim victory, we will take our rightful place at the top of society. I don't know, Avi. Wealth is well and good, but when I see you stand tall in the Colosseum, hundreds and thousands cheering your name, I am proud. No matter how humble our birth, if we stand strong and stand together, this alone is all the wealth I ask for. That is your problem, Hildibrand. You've always been too quick to settle for less than your worth. But worry not, for your sister is watching over you. I will do this for us. Now I must return. Gods forbid one of those prying reporters overhear us. That's my Avi, unfazed by a duel to the death, yet terrified to be caught in a moment of tenderness. May the gods smile on you, sister, and be safe. Sniff. A more moving display of sisterly love I have not seen, and yet I fear it has afforded us little in the way of prospective clues. It would seem Avali's obsession with victory runs even deeper than we imagined. That said, I can't help but feel a bond with the girl. My sister and I were alone in the world too, you see. Inspector, did you just hear what I heard? Look, kids, Uncle Ulti had it up to here with you. Did you think you could just fall in this pit and die like a good girl? Hee. I'm talking to you, Mrs. Warrior of Light. Hear that sound? Just one step closer. Closer. Hildibrand just took my place. Not you, you idiot! I can't do his voice. I don't know. Ahem. No need for concern, friends. I have simply taken the liberty of investigating this hole in the ground, and I'm pleased to report that there seems to be nothing out of the ordinary. Our hero. Now shall we return to Alda? The Mithril Cup will be starting before long, and the last thing we want after all this is to lose our bout by forfeit. So that squid is hurting the competitioners. Could it be? Did that musclehead dive straight into my trap to save his companions? The others seemed completely unsurprised at this turn of events. Doubtless he had performed such selfless acts before. A true gentleman if I ever saw one. But if you think that means I'm gonna show mercy on you, you've got another thing coming. Time to break out the big guns, kids. Wait a minute. I dug 2 pits, didn't I? Come to think of it, the second one was right around... Give me a break! Okay, so to the gate of Nald. Oh, all the way over there, okay. Oh no. So I'm starting to opinionate that lonely octopus is in love with the gladiator females and is trying to strike out the competition so she could win for some reason, I guess. But that still puts out the question about where the thief is with many faces. Okay, here he is. Yes? Is something the matter? We're on something of a tight schedule here, Inspector. Stand back, Miss Ellie. My well-honed inspector's senses are tingling. I feel a most fearsome adversary lurking about. This time you really up the creek without a paddle, kids. Say hello to a not-so-little friend of mine from the Colosseum. He's large, he's in charge, and most of all, he's hungry. Where in the world is he? I haven't got all night. Oh no, Hildibrand's father. My Chimera! Who is that half-naked fool? Father, could it be that the aura of unmitigated murderous rage that I felt was not our quarry, but you? Hildy, I was merely taking a stroll in search of inspections and materials for my newest masterpiece in the making. And what brings you and your friends to these parts today? Just a bit of sleuth work, father dear, and with that we must return to Ulda. If you have not heard, your son is set to compete for the Mithril Cup. Oh, moonlighting as a gladiator, are we? A fitting second career for a Manderville man, if I do say so myself. That muscle-bound old man is the inspector's father? Remind me never to go to one of their family reunions. Gah, just who is this inspector anyway? Hildy is a worthy rival if there were one. Who goes there? Oh. I know that chicken. Hildy, Corvy, I have been waiting for this day. Well, looky who we have here. You're quite the intimidating Gent yourself. A friend of the inspector, mayhap? I am Gigamesh, wandering duelist, and am not so much the inspector's friend as his enemy. Well, that makes the two of us. Perk up, Gulliver, 'cause this just might be our lucky day. And another person who gets his name wrong. Is there no one in this accursed realm who can remember my... Call me whatever you want, friend, but heed my words. Corvy is a formidable foe. That's sounding like high praise coming from a big fella like yourself. To have such a powerhouse as his sidekick, that inspector must be something else indeed. I know not what brings you to do battle with those two, but I warn you, you will end up as seafood soup if you face them alone. And with that, I must be off. For reasons that I do not entirely understand, I am considering something of a fugitive in these parts. Corvy, I will not fall so easily this time. Well, it looks like I've got my legs full, all 8 of them, but if that's adventurous too strong to take on alone, I'll just have to bring along a friend. A supplely twisting ring called to mind the undulations of a creature of the sea. Yes, inspiration has struck. Nobody here but us octopuses. Look forward to your next life as a masterpiece, fiend. He wanted to use him as a as crafting material. Muscleheads! I hate them! Well, that was quite something. Back to the front of the Colosseum, it looks like. I will not be as good as a voice actor as I've been before, but maybe it's practice, I'll get better. Good heavens, chancing upon father like that, I dare say it's taken a year off my life. Quite a crowd has assembled. It would seem the festivities are nigh about to commence. I had hoped to uncover more of Miss Avail's secrets, but no matter. What better place to continue my investigation than on the field of battle? The trouble with truffles. Good heavens, we haven't much time before the tourney begins. We must hasten back to the Colosseum and appraise ourselves on the rules of engagement. To a true gentleman, the battle is not about victory or defeat, but fighting with honor. Whatever treachery or guile my opponents may employ, I must not, I will not, lower myself to their level. Oh god, he's entering too. It's not just me. Okay. That's never gonna be good. Looks like a little thing. Bumps on the head, chipped teeth. I am one shabby-looking octopus. I tell ya, they don't pay me enough for this. But that's all going to change soon, isn't it, buddy? No idea who that is. Ah, Mr. Ultros, just the octopus we were looking for. I was hoping that you might enlighten us as to... Ye gods, who gave you those ghastly bruises? Bruises? I fell down the stairs, that's all. Now get lost, I'm a busy octopus. Ouch, you have my sympathies, good sir. It is a challenge enough to coordinate 4 limbs, let alone 8. Is there someone inside your office? No, whoever gave you that idea? I am simply, fugmenting the place. For pests! Pests like yourself. Now don't you have a battle to go fight? Fuck. Inspector, I think someone's alive in there. That's just me, talking to myself. Yes, fun, gods. Yes, gods, working as a receptionist is fun. Battered, bruised, beset by vermin, and still able to find joy and fulfillment in your work? I say, Mr. Ultros, your passion for your choice profession is truly an inspiration to us all. Corvy, if you would come with me for a moment, I fear the stupidity in the air may be contagious. Well, has your investigation bore any fruit? I see. Avelia seeks to win the tourney to claim a fortune and raise her and her sister out of poverty. Furthermore, she has implied that she had taken the necessary precautions to ensure that her victory is all but certain. While trailing her, you narrowly evaded a series of dastardly obstacles, and upon your return, that strange octopus appears considerably worse for the wear. The evidence points in one direction. The Almagirian girl and Ultros are plotting together to claim the Mithril Cup and its lucrative prize. It is not as preposterous as it sounds. I have done some research on our eight-legged friend. It would appear that Ultros has become something of a regular at Alda's taverns and, houses of pleasure. I suspect that he is using his inside knowledge of the workings of the Colosseum to identify and eliminate potential threats, thereby ensuring victory for Avelia and earning himself a healthy commission. There is also the matter of the Tempest Blade that is rumored to be the source of the Almagirian girl's strength. That remains a mystery, which means that I fear your life is still in danger, Corby. One of the guards informed me that several crates of refuse from the Colosseum's reception room was hastily discarded in Peril Lane not bells ago. It is a stab in the dark, but the contents may yet provide some answers. I would ask you to bring them to me. Okay, so where's that? That's all out there. I think that's upstairs. Oh no, that's down. One. Two. 3. Well, let me see what you have found. Now what have we here? Ah, yes, a spectacular assortment of innards and entrails, and what's this? A sack, even more foul-smelling than the gore it was lying in, if that can be believed. And look here, something appears to be written on the side. Singote's Sundries? It would seem this merchant had been dealing with that squishy mass of tentacles. Let us pay a visit to the man and have him enlighten us to the exact nature of their partnership. So, where the heck is this guy? Out there? Okay. Welcome, welcome. What might a discerning lady like yourself be looking for today? I'm sorry, madame, but if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. No exchanges, replacements, or refunds. I stand by the quality of my wares, and I expect my customers to do the same. Wait, now did Ultros send you? I'll be asking the questions here. What exactly did you sell to that ungodly creature? Why, an entire sack full of gold truffles. Can you believe it? With what? With the impressive price and that distinctive aroma, they're only for the most discerning of customers, which Mr. Ultros clearly is, as he just placed another order today. Could those truffles somehow be connected to... No, I shall stop myself before I start sounding like... Inspector Bergen, it wounds me that you would sneak off to conduct your investigation without me, and to steal away Corby here? This gentleman is not impressed. Did you find anything, Inspector? Good gods, what is that dreadful smell? Miss Ellie, I would have expected a cultured young woman like yourself to be more educated in the Epicurean's arts. This is the most distinct and delightful aroma of the gold truffle, a unique and acquired taste to be sure, but one that has won the hearts of many an Alduin gourmand. I particularly enjoy them slow roasted, as my dear mother makes them. Roasted, you say? Why, my mouth's watering just thinking about it. Might I be so bold to ask the recipe? It appears the production portion of this conversation has come to an end. Besides, the tourney is about to begin. Let us make haste back to the Colosseum. Okay. Well, that merchant proved to be a spectacular waste of time. Time which is in short supply. We must return to the Colosseum before the battle begins. Here's the plan, Corby. I shall find a suitable vantage point to observe Miss Avelia in combat, until I have ascertained the trickery behind her abilities. You are to keep a wide berth of her blade. Understood? They're gonna have me do any action for once, finally? There you are! I was this close to starting the melee without you. I'll be remiss not to tell you that there's been a slight change of plans. Another contestant suffered a last-minute injury, and none other than our very own Ultros has stepped in to take his place. With everyone's favorite octopus joining, you two are in the fray. Spectators are just pouring in, and bookmarkers across town are raking in the gill, which ain't a bad thing for us. Word has it that Master Frangris himself is quite taken with my promotional skills. Aye, the future's looking bright for old Dow Meadow, it is. So what say ye? Are you ready to get your arses kicked? Aye, that's what I like to hear. Ladies and gent, it's time for blades to whirl and limbs to fly. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, plurocrats and paupiers, open your eyes and steel your stomachs. The Mithril Cup, brought to you by our ever-charitable friends at Amangia and Sons Mineral Concern. Your concern is our concern, is about to begin. Who will stand atop the head of maimed bodies and twisted limbs to claim victory? Will it be the temptatious Aviel of Alamingo, Corby the famed warrior of light, or who was that grinning fool again? Ah, that's right, Hamperbotch, agent of infamity and imbecile extraordinaire. Or will it be our 11th hour entry, Ultros, the 8-legged purple purveyor of pain? Here I am. Did you miss me? I'd say we had a battle for the ages here, folks. Combatants, take your positions and let the battles begin. Alright, you know the deal. We team up and wipe out the others, then when it's just the two of us, I'll take a dive. And you'll receive your share of the winnings. I have not forgotten our promise. Oh, it's like a free-for-all or something? Look at Avil's blade spin! Why, she's a veritable whirlwind of death and destruction out there. They breed 'em tough in Alamingo, that's for certain. You are next. Here we go, ladies and gent. Once my buddy gets a whiff of these raw truffles, he'll be sneezing up a storm. Literally, haha. Nothing like the rich aroma of roasted truffles. All this fighting is giving Uncle Ulti an appetite. Is it time for dinner yet? Wait a minute. Roasted truffles? Braised in a savory sauce, just like Mother used to make them. Feel free to have seconds. There's a whole sack full where that came from. That meddling musclehead! What's taking him so damn long? The girl's gaze gives it away. Open that gate at once. Oh, that's not good. What is that monstrosity? Mr. Typhoon, is that your stomach I hear rumbling? Could I interest you in some roasted truffles, perhaps? What fascinating friends you have, Aldi! Why, just look at this charming little nose. Is he perhaps suffering from a case of the sniffles? Could it be Avil's taunt Impus Blade? It was that monster all along? The girl played us for fools. Don't look at me. It was all her idea. I'm just a stupid octopus. You were the one who approached me, you double-dealing fiend. I just wanted to experience the thrill of battle, you know, for my work and all. Come on, Dor. Has Uncle Alti ever lied to you? What did I tell ye? I knew there was something fishy about that Allegamigan whore. Alamigrans, beggars and brutes, the lot of 'em. We give them a home in our land, and this is the thanks we get? Send her to the Garlmald for all I care. Just get her out of my sight before I get sick. But I just wanted to... my sister... I feel for the girl, really. My little octopus heart goes out to her, but the rules are the rules, right? Now, if Uncle Alti may be so bold... I say we call off the melee and have a final showdown between the 3 remaining competitors. That would be me, my buddy Typhoon, and Corvi. Here, what do you say, Mrs. Warrior of Light? Aye, that's what we want to see. Old truce, old truce. Well, this is a most unprecedented turn of events, but who am I to deny the wishes of such a passionate crowd of material art... I can't even say it. The venue, Halatai, the fighters, the team tag of Ultros and Typhoon versus the Warrior of Light. Who will be left standing when the storm has settled, be there or miss a battle for the ages? Gotta drink my coffee. Hildibrand up there. So, to review, the truffles were to elicit a sneeze from the octopus's oversized crony, which would be positioned so as to appear it was coming from the Allegamigan girl's blade, allowing the two to sweep away their opponents with ease. No wonder I wasn't able to see it sooner. It's quite possible the most imbecile scheme I've encountered in my years as a consulting inspector. At any rate, we have no choice but to trust in your abilities now, Corvi. Let us make for Halatai. Oh, is that gonna require a dungeon? Well, it looks like we got some bad weather in the game. And yeah, it's dynamic weather, so... rain right now. And by the looks of it, it's going to be a trial, so a group event. Well, this tourney's turned into a right mess. With all the trouble I took preparing consolation prizes for the melee, it looks like we won't be needing them after all. Of course, as long as you bring in the spectators, and the profits, I could give a nart's arse. Now I know where you're thinking. 2 against 1 ain't fair, especially when one of the two is the size of a small house. So here's the deal. Why don't you bring along some old friends for the battle? Let's say 7 of them. That should even the odds, aye? The Dragoon's neck. Okay. Make sure. The dragon's neck. Oh, shoot. So there might be average of 5 minutes, not even. Hopefully sooner. But while I wait, let's see. I should change my weapon to what I should be using. Tanks are found, damage dealers are almost found, and healers. Only a minute has gone by. Alright. And I have Arlisle with me, so that's gonna be fun. The weather effects are pretty good. While I wait, what am I doing? Oh, and there's Arlisle. Hello, Seth. Oh, I can't do. I have to wave. Average wait time has went up a little bit. I could always try to put a party finder, but oh wow. Oh shoot. So much for 8 minutes. Ah, there's a solution, lucky. Okay, goofball. Come on, R. If that's you, there we go. Alright. You like get a size difference? Combatants, the final confrontation will be held here atop the dragon's neck. If all members of a team falls from the platform, they forfeit the match. Seafood soup is not on the menu today, kids. He just got like a size upgrade. Okay, so I have no idea what this fight is about. But it looks like we're ready. Oh. What? Oh! Hey. I thought I jumped off for a moment. Wait, which just happened? What do I do? Imp punch? Oh. Well, this sucks. Oh, get out of that. Come on. Okay, who are we focusing on? Really? Oh. Okay. So if our whole party gets put off out of bounds, we lose. Whoa. That's new. Get out of that! Ow. Are you dead? And that's a win. Got it again. I feel like such a sucker. And Corby claims the Mithril Cup. Hey, I want to need that. And I got it. I got the wind-up ultras. Oh no. Let's take a look at what that is. Huh. Good show, Corby. Your performance has earned us a front row seat at the awards ceremony. This should afford us the perfect vantage point to throw out the thief. Come, let us return to the Colosseum. Wait, where's he going? No. But, oh well. Back to the Colosseum to wrap this, I think, coming to an end. Okay. I'm sort of antsy about what's gonna happen next. What happened to poor Avail? Did she get kicked out? I mean, I sympathize with her, but questions. It was a battle for the ages, but a worthy victor has risen to claim the spoils. And now, let's take a look at the relic that our champion has won. Well, he's not dead. Behold, from the personal vault of Master Fringris himself, the Warden's Grace, a timeless treasure the likes of which our realm has never seen, one that's earned the attention of Eros' most prominent pupiller. Above you! Ladies and gentlemen, inspectors and intervertebrates, the opening act dragged on overlong, but worry not, the main event is about to begin. I know that you've paid well for your seats here today, but I can assure you that my performance will not leave you disappointed. Now I invite one and all to sit back and enjoy the show. Vile fiend, mark my words! You have stolen your last treasure! I swear it on the Manderville name! Ooh. I think not, Hildibrand. Greg! Always a pleasure to reunite with old friends, but your timing truly leaves something to be desired. The spear! Corby, you bested me once, but not today. I shall have my revenge when I pierce your chest with my spear. Do you mean your skewer? My spear! Vile thief! Is there not a shred of honor in you? Return my weapon at once! Oh, it seems we have an unexpected guest. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I fear attendance at today's performance is by invitation only. Uh-oh. Now it's raining truffles, but the battle's already... Mr. Typhoon, just a moment. I'm sure I had a tissue here somewhere. Right into the thief's hand. Alas and alack, the ring sails straight into the hand of the fiend. Giving up so soon, are we? Those don't sound like the words of a Manderville man. But of course, brilliant, Father. If the ring won't come to me, I shall go to the ring. Why, it'd just be like Delamond. Oh God. Hildibrand, Hex, Helidor, Maximilian, Manderville. Skyward as only a Manderville man can. Father, you know not your own strength. Well, like to the moon? $997, $998, $999. That man really cannot die. Or no, they resurrected him or something. These legs, they look strangely familiar. Ha! Put a little too much spin on that one, it seems. Not exactly as planned, but who can argue with the results, save for one thing. This ring is a fake. But no matter. I have a feeling this will lead me to the true treasure. Until next time, friends, you have been a most attentive audience. That key! Bloody hells! Guards, seize the fiend at once! It's too late, sir. The second prize, the Ring of Inquiry, it's gone. Second prize? What is the meaning of this? Many-faced fiend or no, the man spoke true. A master goldsmith's eye cannot be deceived. This sunsteer is clearly a second-rate replica. Preposterous. It's just the dim lighting. Yes, if you just step over here. Have you taken ill, friend? You seem to be perspiring most heavily. Let's not be so hasty, friends. I can explain. Oh, and she makes an appearance again. I sold out my honor, joined forces with that Odysseus octopus, all for false treasure. What a fool I have been. Whatever was I thinking? Do not berate yourself so, Miss Avelia. Why, it was exactly as you said, was it not? You were thinking of dear Helena, and nothing more. I suppose I was at that. Huh? How do you know my sister's name? I assure you, young miss, under no circumstances did I tail you to the Nawega mines to eavesdrop on your intimately personal dialogue with your beloved sister. You have the right of it. Blinded by the prospect of fortune and fame, I lost sight of myself and what I truly was fighting for. My honor and my sister's trust will not easily be regained, but I will not shriek from this challenge. One mystery still remains. Before the thief has identified the ring as fake, he had already acquired the key to the storeroom. Clearly the second prize, this Ring of Inquiry, was his target from the start. But why? There must be some pattern to the items the fiend has stolen, a pattern that betrays his true intentions. The treaty blade, Asmira's virtue, the Ring of Inquiry, all relics with quite a history, or to be more precise, relics from the era of the Belerians. Oh, if that is so, the answer is clear as day. The fiend means to found Irazo's greatest museum of Beldarian history. pushing up to the prices and gorging honest men out of their hard-earned coin. Doubtless another one of his cards will appear on the scene to tell us just as much. That's a big-ass card. Right on, Hildibrand. I have enjoyed our little game, but all good things must come to an end. I shall claim the 4 sacred treasures, and justice shall be served. So, this is the thief's final challenge to us, but what are these 4 treasures of which he speaks? Where the 4 treasures of Belladera become one, the wicked shall be judged in the blazing light of sun. An old legend, little more than a fairy tale at that, and yet it seems the Phantom believes there is some truth in these words. 4 sacred relics from Belladera, the Warden's justice, lofty words coming from a glorified footpad. One whose winnings over the common folk by the day, if rumors are to be believed, it would seem the tales of a master thief ruffling the feathers of the rich and famous have won the man more than a few admirers. Consider his targets thus far: an Aldanian collector and her hired thugs, a trading Mongol and the brass blades, and now a mining Margaret and the stone torches. Is it any surprise that these sympathies of ordinary Alduins would lie with the perpetrator rather than his victims? Astutely observed, Miss Ellie. Our quarry clearly harbors no small degree of resentment for wealth and authority. Might his next target be a member of the syndicate? Perhaps the Sultana herself? Ha! Then it will be to his downfall, for the greater the challenge, the higher I rise. Just one moment, if you would. Mark my words, ye of many faces, there is but one man who shall lay claim to the 4 lost relics of Belladera, and it shall be Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. Yes, I'm sure that inspires us all with great confidence. Was that? No, it couldn't be. Methinks Godbird maybe need a few new pair of spectacles. Was that it? It's a race to recover the 4 lost relics of Belida. As the fiend's true identity and aspirations are revealed, will Irza fall prey to the forces of evil? Or will our hero do what only a Manderville can? Her last vow. Huh. I think that's the last part of this story, too. The key to the next case is a mask. Have you ever worn a mask for so long that you forgot what you actually look like? I have. And how did they freeze in midair like that? Talk about a mystery. Oh well, see you next time. And for the next part, which I'm gonna start, but I believe that would be it for now for the streaming until maybe sometime. I will share the rest of it tomorrow. But for those who watched and took the time to hear me awkwardly pronounce out, I do thank for the time to view, and looking forward to probably trying it again.